all the news shows have been buzzing about your brand. Certified hormone health coach, New York Times bestselling author, board certified naturopathic physician, certified nutrition consultant.
But what I'm most proud about is talking next to women, talking to women for so many years.
That's why.
And hearing their stories and saying, you know what, I'm going to make it my purpose in life to not just jump on trends and all that. I'm going to actually really dig into the why. And I look at my business as I'm in the solutions business. I am here for you to provide solutions.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, bone broth.
Okay. Try to shut me up.
Don't ever.
Okay, bone broth, bone broth.
It smells, number one, it smells so good on this table, it's hard to concentrate. This is new today for us. This is not a new concept for Dr. Kellyan's brand. This is high protein bone broth with collagen. What you're ordering today is 14 servings. I looked on your website, I looked out at retail. This usually is in the 60s. We have it at QVC for $49.98. Pretty excited about that.
Because I love you all.
Thank you. But I love the rich flavor of bone broth, but I'm not going to simmer it for 55 hours.
Okay.
This has added benefits. Let's talk about it. Why bone broth?
Okay, so first of all, I want everyone to understand, people who don't know the brand, that I actually was the first on the market with bone broth, but not only the product, but I'm talking about the message. I started this whole thing in 2012, and I have to say, I'm looking at this, and I go to the grocery store, and I go through the aisles. I could not be more proud of what's happened, and the reason why this is sticking around, and the reason why this category, by the way, it keeps growing. In grocers, online, everywhere, it keeps growing. And there's a reason. That doesn't happen unless there's a bite to it. It doesn't happen unless it actually works. Here's why. All of us want more protein now. We're finding out that we need more protein. The number one thing that you can do to stay young is you gotta get that protein in, because you don't want to lose your lean muscle. You want to do everything you can to preserve this. 16 grams of protein in the chicken and beef, 15 grams in the others, which, by the way, talk about enjoying something and not suffering your way through health.
Right.
This is actually enjoyable. So collagen. Collagen is the main protein in our body, and it sucks you up. So picture this, lifting up. Like, you know, a tight pair of jeans that suck you in and lift you up?
Triple Lux.
Triple Lux. That's this.
Well, quickly, I'll show you down here. We've got flavors for you to choose from. You can get 2 boxes in the chicken. You can get 2 boxes in the classic beef, 2 boxes in the rosemary thyme.
Okay.
You can get 2 boxes in the French onion. Hello. You can get 2 boxes in the sriracha chicken, which you had me at hello. And you can get 2 boxes in the Thai lemongrass, which sounds amazing.
Delicious.
70 calories per serving. 16 grams of protein, like you said, 0 sugar, 0 fat, 1 gram of carbs. I also want to add gluten-free, dairy-free, lactose-free. But what are we supporting, and why is this a good idea to add in? Obviously, it tastes good, but what are we adding into our nutritional element?
Okay, so this is what I call your foundational food. This, by the way, is a whole food, okay? It's a whole food. It supports gut health in a way that I cannot even describe, because it's got all of that collagen. It's got that gelatin in there. It's got all of the amazing electrolytes and all of the good stuff that absolutely gives your body nutrition next level. And it tastes good. So if you are saying...
I have the Thai lemongrass.
Okay, how good is that?
It is so soothing. It is so comforting. Feels good on my throat. But I know that I'm doing something great for myself, and I also know that I'm not crushing my whole day of healthy eating.
Okay, here's what is so useful about this. It's so versatile, it's economic, it is like a basic foundation of any kind of food that you can just throw in. So what I do, and I love to do this, is I take 2 packets, I throw it in some hot water over the stove, and anything I have in my refrigerator, I throw it in. and anything you have laying around.
We call that cream of bottom shelf at my house.
And it works so well. Or if you want to just crack an egg in there, or you want to put some chicken that you have hanging around.
Well, and take a look. I mean, right down here in the front, we're not doing this. I mean, let's be honest.
So this is too much work. And so this is when I came out with the bone broth diet, and I came out with, you know, all this information on bone broth. I soon realized I have to create a way to make this just as healthy.
Yeah.
Here's what we do, is we take the healthiest bones possible. We take them and we simmer them for 12 hours. And through a very special cold processing process.
Cold's important.
Okay, we do that, and we take all the water out, and what's left is beautiful broth with garden fresh vegetables and sea salt. That is what. So if you're someone that says, you know what, I want to all the nutrition, but I don't want all the calories. I don't want all the other stuff. This is why this is such a nutritional home run, because you're getting all the nutrition, you're not getting the calories, you're not getting extra fat, you're not getting extra anything, and it fits any kind of diet profile that you're doing. If you're doing paleo, or you're doing Mediterranean, you're doing low carb, you're doing keto, you're diabetic, it's diabetic friendly. It hits everything.
I mean, muscle support, immune system support, weight management benefits, but that classic beef is hearty and delicious. But then that Thai lemongrass, that's a beautifully balanced. There's a little bit of bright to it, which I think the lemongrass, hello.
Yeah.
The French onion is very popular in the show. What's the flavor profile on the French onion?
Oh my gosh, the French onion, like if you can imagine yourself sitting in a beautiful French restaurant, shut your eyes, picture that, and you've got this bowl of French onion soup sitting in front of you. It is analogous, it tastes like that.
It sounds like heaven.
See, the thing is like, I know that these broths have to taste like broths that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's familiar, but so healthy.
The sriracha chicken.
My absolute favorite.
On a 1 to 10 scale of heat, as far as spicy,
I would say it lands at about 6, 7.
Okay.
7. So if you want to spice it up yourself, any of these broths.
Could I add it to my ground beef to make tacos?
I would highly recommend you add it to your beef. Okay.
Let's get silly. That was our Chef Jay dish. He's like, let's go.
That's the thing about these things. These are like your foundational foods. Like, you add this to anything that you want. So if I'm making chicken.
And rosemary thyme as well, just so you know.
The rosemary thyme is great if you're making any chicken dishes. You crack that sucker open, you just split that packet.
Let's show what a packet looks like. And we've got some back here.
Oh, here we go.
So here is one of the packets. And what do you recommend, since we're getting 14 servings?
Yes.
How often can we have it?
So one serving is actually one packet, but here's what I say. I usually say you need 2 packets a day. I like 2 packets a day. If you want to start and say, Dr. Kellyann, you sound great, but I got to make sure I like this. Then have 1 packet a day until you see what you. But here's what I love about this. Let's do a cheer.
Oh, here.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab
Premier
a spoon.
show. Yeah. Premier
Cheers
show.
to your first show.
And I'm gonna mix this up too, if I may. And guys, I want you to look at this.
That dissolves fast.
It dissolves fast, but I want you to smell it. Okay? Does that? See how that has a real. This is not soup, by the way. Understand? I want everyone to get this in their minds that this is not soup. This is bone broth. This has all of the benefits of the collagen, of the gelatin, of the electrolytes, of that protein. We're all looking for ways to make our protein goals. This is how you do it.
I'm just clinking away. I'm so happy.
Clank.
I'm so happy.
This is so good.
But look at, I wish I could
it's beautiful
tip.
looking.
If I tip it, I'll pour it all over my forehead.
Do you see how beautiful? Can the camera get that?
There's no grainy. There's no nothing. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Can the camera?
Now I have the beef. Which one do you have?
Okay, I have the sriracha. And I don't know if it's my Italian in me or what, but I like things with a kick. Okay, I just do.
As a DeAngelis, you just make my heart so happy. But I think too, it's super important to say, this is a New York Times best-selling author on this subject. And the topic of bone broth and gut health and aging, and it can be really overwhelming. I get it, I'm with you. I turned 50 this year, and my health has been at the forefront of my mind as long as I can remember. I'm sure yours too. When we look out in the marketplace and we hear these words, it's really hard to figure out where to go first. This lady, when I was doing my homework, I saw already 2 million people were shopping with you as far as bone broth and her suggestions are concerned. New York Times best-selling author, some of the book titles, Bone Broth Diet.
The Bone Broth Breakthrough.
And 10-Day Belly Slim Down. So, I mean, when you are looking for somebody to go to for advice and for trust and for flavor and for benefits, we put it front and center in her premiere show that you could order it here. It's a sale price of $49.98, which I have to say again, really good deal.
I worked this one.
Yeah, you did.
I worked this one for y'all.
all of us. But questions for you. So
Yes,
we already
please.
said it's gluten-free, dairy-free, lactose-free. And the fact that I'm not simmering it for hours, but this is nutrient loaded. We talked about the things it doesn't have, but what's in here working hard for me?
Okay, so there's amino acids in here,
Okay.
which are the building blocks of protein. Here's how I want you to think about amino acids. I want you to think of amino acids as upbuilding. That is youth, that is longevity, that is health. Upbuilding. So it's got amino acids in there, which forms this amazing protein. We need extra protein. If there's anything that you hear me say right now, the most important thing I can say is we all need to work harder at hitting our protein goals. How easy is this? By the way, this can be a food add-on. If you're having a meal and you say, okay, so there's not much protein in this, how do I get my protein? Open up a package of this. I put these packets in everything. I don't care what I'm making. I throw a package in there because why not? Why don't I want the collagen? Why don't I want the gelatin? Why don't I want these amino acids? Why don't I want all of the minerals and the electrolytes? Why don't I want, of course I want that. So this is what I do for a living, guys. I am in the solutions business. How do I help people get healthier, live longer, feel better, energize themselves? How do I do that? And how can I do that for people that are diabetic, that are on a low carb diet, that are on a low calorie diet, that are on a fat restricted diet, for whatever health issues or for whatever goals that you have, you can have this broth. And by the way,
soothing,
it's not soup, it's broth. It's not soup. This is not canned soup that you buy in the grocery store. This is an elevation. This is an elevation to all of that because it's got the connective tissue in there and all of those great things for that are helpful for joints and things like that.
Okay. So many of them are popular right now. The classic beef I am loving for right now, but especially in the fall, I want to add it to all my stews. But then the Thai lemongrass, that's a beautiful light, almost like a fresh flavor.
Oh, it's got such a and look at what they're adding to. Like they're adding it to all these recipes.
Absolutely. And then the French onion, just to finish through. French onion, wildly popular in the show. Yeah, so do not wait on that French onion. We also have the sriracha chicken, which I think would be so fun for taco night.
Taco night, baby.
And just have a little sip and a little pick-me-up. And then right next to it, we've got the rosemary thyme. The rosemary thyme, I mean, Thanksgiving.
I love rosemary thyme. That has, it's got Thanksgiving written all over it.
It sure does. One packet into a mug or bowl, add boiling water 6 to 8 ounces. Enjoy the flavor and big benefits. You're getting 14 of the bone broth packets, and you're getting them in 2 boxes, so 7 in each.
Yes.
Stock up. What's the shelf life on those?
Oh gosh, these will last these will last 3 years.
Stock up while we got them. I don't see auto delivery in your premiere show, so please, while we've got it, I would stock up for sure. We love the benefits of bone broth. We also love, I am so excited about a liquid multivitamin.
Oh, we need